Do you know what day it is? It's Sunday, and the price of Bitcoin is $26,923. So right now, we need to make a plan for next week to make some bread. And the easiest way to do that is not that, it's to trade the price of Bitcoin and see if we can make some money. Now that my desk is successfully covered in breadcrumbs, let's start today's video. Today, we need to discuss what is going to happen next week. We need to check on in where that CME gap is currently sitting. We need to plan out the trades for the next week because we need to make some bread to buy the dip in this market. And then, the bull run is coming at the end of the day. We are only how many days away from the bull run starting? From my perspective, in my opinion, I think it's going to coincide very heavily with the Bitcoin halving, which is taking place in 184 days from now. So we've got 184 days to make an absolute fat bag before we essentially have to buy into altcoins again very significantly and then ride the market back to the moon. But without dwelling too much on the price of Ethereum, I want to talk about Bitcoin first. Bitcoin is going to be the driver of the market. If we zoom out on the price of Bitcoin and go to the weekly chart to give us some perspective on how the market is currently performing, you've kind of got two major options right now. We either have a continuation of this sideways action here, and basically, you can see already, we broke the long-term downtrend here. We've come up, we've hit some levels of resistance here, but there is still an intact downtrend that has been existing for a long period of time, dating back to here. However, this is what I'm looking at right now, and I'm going, well, when we break this downtrend, and we're really not that far away from breaking it, and you can see we've come into contact with it. I'll zoom in here. You can see we've come into contact with this line several times and been rejected from it. But if we hold support here on the price of Bitcoin at $26,500, currently trading at $26,890, we only need a small bounce and a break above the level of approximately $27,700 to kind of officially break this long-term bearish trend that we've been stuck in. And I understand there are many problems going on in the world right now that would say, this is probably going to put the brakes on Bitcoin a little bit. But I would argue against that. When you've got countries falling, economies going just to absolute ruins, hyperinflation in Middle Eastern economies, all of these things drive people towards stable currency. And there's one thing that you can say about Bitcoin right now, it is that it is more stable than the Turkish lira, the Venezuelan, whatever it is, where they all have all of these hyperinflation economies. Now, to give you an idea of what hyperinflation looks like and why, this is not just me being a super Bitcoin bull, somebody that's been in Bitcoin since 2013 going, oh, look, you should shove all of your money into this so my bags get bigger. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are people around the world that need this. Why do they need this? Because there are so many economies out there that look like this. This is the Turkish economy. This is the Turkish lira. If you held Turkish lira, say that you held in a bank in 2016, £100,000 worth of Turkish lira. Right now, in that same bank account, you would have approximately, down 89%. So you'd have about £10,000 left in that bank account after only, 8 years or something. This is what hyperinflation looks like. And these economies have been really struggling with it recently. Even if we zoom in from recent times, if you started out the year this year, I think this year, so this is in May 2023, if you started out with a bank account of 100,000 Turkish lira, or rather £100,000 worth of Turkish lira, you'd now have £75,000 worth of Turkish lira, because every year it's dropping in value 27%. Now let's compare that with Bitcoin and how Bitcoin has been even since its highs. If you, for example, if you held all of your money in Bitcoin since the same period of time, since 2016 to now, you would have a lot more money. You'd have 63 times more money. So you'd have $6.3 million. But let's not use a bullish example. Let's use the bearish example and say that you held Bitcoin since, I don't know, these ranges right here. Say that we held it since $48,000. Still, over the course of the past couple of years, it has outperformed the Turkish lira, despite the fact it's down 43% in 560 days. If we go back to the Turkish lira and go back 560 days and see how it has performed over the same kind of time period, we can measure that drop and say that basically same time period here, I mean, basically the same time period, down 61% in that same time period. So we know that there is a demand out there for Bitcoin because Bitcoin is more stable, especially over the course of this year, than the Turkish lira and other global currencies that are being affected by these global crises right now. Now, that is going to be one of the key drivers towards Bitcoin in the next few months, weeks, and years. Ultimately, as the world becomes more unstable, we need more stable currency. Bitcoin is that currency because it is a global currency and you can use it anywhere on earth. This is the DXY. You've seen it on the channel many times before. You know exactly what it is. It's the value of $1 versus a basket of goods. When this chart is rising, Bitcoin is generally going down. When this chart is falling, Bitcoin is generally going up. The question is, does this look topped out? And the answer to me is yes. I think this chart looks very much topped out. And if I'm to show you it on the monthly chart to give you, again, a little bit more perspective over a long period of time, again, this is the 1990s. This is the early 2000s. This is now. This is a 20-year gap, this right here. The question is, does this look peaked? And to me, it looks peaked. The value of the US dollar looks like it's not going to be going up at the same rate that it has been doing. And so from that perspective, if the US dollar is not going to be going up and it's going to start going down again, you're going to see more investment into stocks and more investment into speculative assets like Bitcoin. Over the past week, we have seen, again, this is the value of the S&P 500. The last week wasn't the kindest week to the S&P 500, but overall, the uptrend is seeming very, very strong. In fact, if you zoom out on the S&P 500, it looks kind of like a Bitcoin chart, only without the bear markets. Wouldn't it have been nice to know that ahead of time? Anyway, basically, when looking at these things right now, these stock assets, they look pretty strong, especially if we're going to have some kind of war economy. In short, Bitcoin is looking pretty decent in the mid-term. In the short term, how is it looking? Well, we literally just need to break above the resistance level here at about $27,000 to break that first downtrend. And then to break the major downtrend, that's that one up here, which is around $27,700, $27,800. Depends on where this line that we hit. But essentially, when we break that $27,700 level, you'd be expecting Bitcoin's going to be sitting fairly pretty by that point in time. It's one of the reasons today why I tweeted out it's coming, because it is coming. The bull market is definitely coming. It's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on XTP. I like XTP. I hold a lot of XTP, and I say it with genuine, what's the word? I say it as a genuine person. I think that in a bull run, you have two things that happen. People make a lot of money, and then they want to sell that money somewhere to cash it out to then go and buy things with it. Fiat gateways become the most popular things in bull markets, as popular as derivative platforms. They're not popular in bear markets, which provides opportunity. If something is not popular in a bear market because people aren't interested in A, buying Bitcoin, or C, selling Bitcoin, then that means volumes drop, interests drop, and prices drop. But when that interest resumes, and something like TAP has acquired, 200,000 users at this point in time, do you not think that some of those 200,000 users are going to make a bunch of money, see that it's worthwhile holding 500,000 TAP coins to get reduced fees, and then suddenly they start doing a lot of volume, so the app makes more money, they put more money into marketing, and everything grows. That's the process of kind of events that I'm waiting to kick off at this point. I'm not selling any XTP anytime soon, because I'm waiting for that whole process to kick in. But before we discuss today's crypto news, it's time to discuss what is going on with the price levels to watch on the price of Ethereum. And don't forget, if you are interested in trading, then go to BYBIT.com or go to the link in today's video description and use referral code 128, or just click the link in today's video description. Like, you'll get a bunch of free bonuses and whatnot. You can't use it if you are in the UK, so just bear that in mind. But if you're non-UK, you can use this platform. And if you want to learn how to use these platforms, if you are in the UK, then all you need to do is go to Crypto Saving Experts Discord group, sign up, make an account on Crypto Saving Experts Discord group. There is a way that anybody in the UK or the USA can access these platforms in a perfectly legal manner by obtaining something. So if you want to learn more about that, go to cryptosavingexpert.com, sign up, make an account. Now, the other thing about Crypto Saving Expert right now is we do have a store. When you sign up for CSE Plus, you get up to £125 gift card. If you buy the annual premium plan, everyone gets a £125 gift card. And on this platform, you can get a bunch of stuff, mystery boxes, lights. My personal favorite, and we've only had one order so far, but it was from the USA, but only one person has bought this so far. But there is a course on Crypto Saving Expert's website that teaches you how to make this Raspberry Pi into into your own wallet. So you can literally make your own Raspberry Pi hardware wallet. It comes with a screen and everything. So you can create your own hardware wallet from scratch, learn some development, learn some code, and it only costs £120, which is basically cost price for all of the materials. So check that out. It's one of the best things that I'm most proud of on the store, because it's like a true package kit that comes with a course that tells you how to make it. So I'm pretty proud of that one. Anyway, going back to the price of Ethereum. Yes, Ethereum's been having a terrible time of it recently. In fact, if we look at Ethereum's Bitcoin value, it just seems to do nothing other than go down. This is the 1 hour chart, and it does look fairly horrendous right now. If we go to the daily chart again, it looks horrendous right now. This has to come to an end fairly soon. We do look to be somewhere near the bottom of this range right here. It could potentially be that we did break below the bottom of the range, depending on how you plot that, but essentially we're somewhere near the bottom of this range. It would make sense for either a huge drop to the downside and then a bounce, or just a bounce at this stage. Either way, I feel like buying Ethereum at these prices, from my perspective, is a good idea for myself personally. So I've been buying some more Ethereum, and I've been taking out a couple of long positions, only small ones at this moment in time, on the price of Ethereum. So if you are interested in trading, check out links in today's video description. But $1,554 is the current price, and I just feel like a bounce is coming fairly soon. So having said all of that, let's discuss today's cryptocurrency news, where FTX has moved $122 million worth of Solana. The move was executed through one of its primary wallet addresses, which is subsequently delegated to Figment, a reputable network validator specializing in staking. Interesting that the FTX Solana is on the move, and if you want to read more about that, go to cryptosavingexpert.com. And this is how much blockchain gaming projects raised in Q3 of 2023. And this is pretty interesting, to be honest. Blockchain gaming projects in Q3 2023 raised $600 million. It is less than last year. However, that's a lot of money to still be raising. It shows that there is institutional investment, and it shows that people aren't expecting this space to just disappear. I think it's important to raise these things up. We will be making bread in the future. Yeah, that's a bit dry. We will be making bread in the future. We just have to be patient. We just have to wait. We will get there, and in the end, it will all be worthwhile. I shouldn't have eaten that bread, so I'm probably gonna. It took me a while to swallow it. Fucking hell, it's claggy as this. But on that note, guys, check out all the links in today's video description. Check out Crypto Saving Expert Plus. Thank you all very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, slap a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.